Hey guys, it's Kane. I have TGR on Discord on my phone, and I've also got Zuma.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, today me and Kane have been talking a little bit about some new ideas, actually, and something that I've decided we're going to go through with that I told Dan Klistner about.
Yep. So we have a couple ideas for Bop It type, or like Bop It themed designs.
Bop It merchandise.
Bop It merchandise that we are going to try and make on Etsy, which is a crafting website.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of like small production companies or production just businesses. They make a lot of real nice looking stuff. Like you can have things customized. You can have things just store bought. I don't know a good example.
Like,
but anyway, my point still stands.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of an example too. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, so we have a couple ideas for Bop It themed merchandise, including, and I don't even know if these are still trendy or not, but a fidget spinner and a clock, and like a wall clock and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Kane's had a Bop It Extreme wristwatch for a bit. Well, yeah, we all know about the watch game and all that stuff. Oh, it's limited.
We know. We all know about the watch that I'm not going.
When we were on a call with Dan Klistner, I actually made a live design session of me creating a wall clock for her.
Yeah, we know all about the watch that I'm still not going to open.
Yeah, don't push your luck.
No, don't push your luck.
So, yeah, we were thinking, like, because I always have a fidget spinner with me wherever I go because I just need that stimulus.
Yep. And, yeah, so all of this discussion had started, me and TGR were talking a little bit about, like, autism. Basically. We were talking about autism, and he wondered, like, how my high-functioning autism works and what I've seen in low-functioning autism, like in other people and stuff like that. So the main topic that came up today was autism, and TGR had a lot of questions for me about what I've seen. Because, I mean, if I wouldn't have said on YouTube here 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, that I had autism, you guys probably wouldn't have even known. Unless I said something.
Yeah. I was interested to learn because I have a good friend who has severe autism. I'm not going to say his name on the internet, obviously.
Right.
But, yeah, and then we started, like, talking about, like, sensory. And then I always carry a fidget spinner with me. And then the idea came into my head where we could create like a Bop It fidget spinner on Etsy. Originally, I was going to go to a website, but then Kane decided we go to Etsy because Etsy is a little more trusting.
Right. And one thing I did mention, sorry, I had to put Zuma back. One thing I did mention about sensory is ever since I had my first Bop It, in fact, my first Bop It Extreme, which was the XT, I always, as a sensory technique, I had always liked to spin it because I like things that spin and go around. And then TGR told me he had a fidget spinner in his car, and just because it's a sensory thing.
Yeah, I myself have ADHD, but I'm also on the spectrum. And yes, even though I know I don't have autism, it's not enough to. You don't just autism. Autism, Asperger's, and ADHD are related in a lot of ways.
Yep.
And with that, the spectrum isn't just limited to autism. Yes, autism usually is what comes to mind, but it's in rare occasions somebody with ADHD could also end up on the spectrum.
Yep.
So yeah, I have sensory myself, so I just need this fidget spinner to. The fidget spinner, I really wish I had it when I was younger in school, because this thing, whoever created it, was a genius. This really, like, in 2017, everybody had a spinner. I kept mine because, for me, I need it because it's sensory. But, yeah, I told Kane, like, when hearing Kane, like, Kane told me his story about how he always has one of the clip Bop Its with him, the carabiners.
Yep, so, yeah, so, even like the Bop It Shout carabiner and the XT carabiner, when I was in high school, I always had either one of them clipped to my belt, on my belt loop, on my blue jeans, just because I like to fidget with it and stuff like that. Of course, the batteries were taken out of it. And the other thing is that with me and my autism, in fact, I even carry a Bop It, whether it be the micro or the world's smallest or whatever. I keep that in my backpack because just knowing that it's there is almost like a sensory thing with my autism.
Yeah, for me, it's just the spinners, but I do like to have. I do really like I really love the Game of Life simply for the fact because it had that very like special style spinner.
Yep.
And then I just bought a wheel for Bop It Trivia Night, which, by the way, guys, will be coming soon.
Yep.
Bop It Trivia Night.
Yep, we're gonna do Bop It Trivia Night.
I just like that as a sensory thing.
Yeah, and ever since I was little, in fact, my favorite shape, even when I was little, was a circle, because I mean, I liked round things. It's just that's been my thing. Yeah, and things like that spin, like I said, the XT's spinner, just even though it kind of wears out to spin it sometimes, I just like to spin it because it goes around and it's kind of a sensory thing. So.
The touch screen's not working on this thing.
Oh, great.
Oh, I'm just trying to get up $500.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to go to the other one.
Let's hope let's hope that thing doesn't break like it did last time.
It was kind of a moment like we're like, because last year 2 years ago now, in 2021, Bop It for Good and Dan Kletzner did a business with Amuse for Autism.
Yep.
So that was, and now this year, well, last year now, he did Lighthouse for the Blind.
Yep.
So I'm thinking maybe, like you got people like Ricky Berwick, who, by the way, are very big Bop It fans.
Ricky Berwick, yep. Yeah, and I was, and along like with Dan being part of Amuse for Autism and stuff like that, he did mention something that he was going to have, like, for his next big thing or whatever. He is gonna maybe do another autism-based organization. So,
yeah, so we thought about this, like a Bop It fidget spinner would be the perfect thing.
Yep.
Because that's good sensory for people.
Yep. Yeah, and in case Bop It without batteries isn't sensory enough.
Yeah. But here's the second part of it. The wall clock. See, the wall clock is always something I always imagined being like every brand eventually has a wall clock, and Nickelodeon has a wall clock. Every brand has a clock of some type. I'm surprised. The only clock Bop It has ever had is the wristwatch, and even then, that was barely even manufactured.
Right, and I mean, there has been concepts from Dan, and one of the concepts was my concept, and he's actually said it to us in the Rift. My concept, one of my concepts was a Bop It alarm clock, like a digital. It was actually like a digital clock, but you can't like always fidget with that or anything like that, especially when the time is going. But
yeah, but yeah, and you know what? He actually had one of my concepts that I share with Kane, the Bop It slot machine. But here's the thing: we actually beat him at that, because the reason why we beat him is because he only concepted a Bop It slot machine. He didn't concept how it would work.
right,
Like, we have 2 Bop It slot machines that not only would work, but would sell like hotcakes. Like, every casino would want one easily. Like, and those are, again, Bop It 5 Real Blast and Bop It Extreme Wild Style.
yep. And we've actually gotten Scott Parkin, the voice of the original Bop It Extreme.
Yeah, Scott Parkins agreed to do a mock-up voice for it, as long as, if it goes to production, he gets input from his agent.
Right.
We would never, we would always take that.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, it would make sense, though, to have Scott Parkin on board with Bop It Extreme Wild Style, because that's his game.
Absolutely. And, oh yeah, one thing, we did mention this on Sam Locke's channel, but we didn't on my channel. The Bop It arcade game that I mentioned back a couple months ago is for sale. I looked on the Birmingham Vending Company, which is based in Birmingham, Alabama, that the Bop It arcade game you can actually get for a whopping $14,050. So
That's a mortgage.
yeah, I mean, I could buy a high-end, like one of the highest ends MacBooks for those. That would last longer, honestly.
Yeah. Aside the point, though, yeah, so the thing is, Dan does make concepts, but he didn't expand on them like we did.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, actually, Bop It 5 Real Blast has a passive mode in plan.
Yep.
It would be hard to pull off, but I'd say we do it. Okay, but yeah, the Bop It wall clock, I think we could, I'm sure, hey, Kane, can you look on Etsy?
Yeah.
Look up, just look up wall clock or something. Nothing like the Seiko wall clocks, though. Not the Melody's Emotion. Those are its own thing. We can't do that with Bop It.
Right.
But just just a feat, and would it be based on my design, my artwork, or would it be based on something else, Kane?
I would say your artwork, because I mean, it's I agree with a bunch of people. It is pretty official looking.
People say it's more official looking than what is used.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've heard people have actually said that looks real. I'm like, no, I just made it. He's like, it looks, and then I show them real thing. Like, yours looks more official.
Yep.
See, I do my thing is kind of like official styling artwork.
Yeah. And along with all the concepts that we have made and stuff, I've actually asked Dan before, seeing if I can get because I graduate college in May of this year, seeing if I can apply for working for him after I graduate from college. And of course it would have to be remote, because there's no way I'm moving to California. Not yet, anyway.
Me neither. I'm hoping to do the same, but just the graphics department. That's what I see. By the way, my poster for the 25th anniversary, it's a bit late now, but I'm going to recycle it for 2026 for the 30th anniversary. That way it's a little more proper.
What poster design? Did you ever show me?
never got around to it.
Oh.
It was going to be, like, maybe I'll ask you to help me because I do need, it was going to be the Bop It 25th anniversary poster.
Yeah.
That used my artwork and a collection of Bop Its in it.
Yeah.
You'd say over 25 years of competing to the beat. I never got around to it. I was going to include the artwork I used, though.
I do have, let me.
Including the Bop It, including my custom version of the Bop It logo, which people have said looks more official than what they use.
Yeah. I'm actually going to look on my Instagram here. I'm going to have to go back a ways, but Sam, did I ever show you what I made for Dan for Bop It and Dan's birthday?
You made that picture of him.
No, that was something different. That was oh, I know what you're thinking of. No, that was the year before. I actually had an actual drawing in a sketchbook that I had and I'm recording on my Windows PC, but here is what I had. If you guys can see it once it focuses. I had happy birthday, here's cheers to 25 years and many more to come, and I drew like small silhouettes and models of every Bop It, excluding the Bop It Bounce because he did not invent that one.
That was Big Monster's fault.
Yeah. And Hasbro is a big monster. Hasbro is a big monster. Here, this is what I was talking about, Sam.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm not looking because I'm driving a car.
Oh, sure. That would make sense.
Either way, though, case in point, like, I think, like, the concepts Bop It has are good, but Dan Klitzer may have made them, but he never, like, expanded on a lot of them. That's what me and Kane have done with our versions of it.
Yep, and
actually, he wanted to... So, hang on.
Okay. Just another day at the office. I'm laughing at my own joke. But
I gotta go, Kane. Just wrap up the video.
Okay. All right. So yeah, while he's on his phone call, some of those concepts we've really expanded on some of the stuff that Dan really hadn't expanded on, and we aren't we're not like putting Dan down or anything, but we're just like saying that we've kind of expanded and made more described, I guess you'd call it, for different Bop It concepts. So yeah, we're gonna try and do this. And again, this is with Dan's permission. We can use like Etsy and stuff like that. So yeah. So we will see what happens. So I guess that about wraps up this video. And by the way, before I log off here, for those of you guys who can see me, like who are actually watching the video who can see me, let me know in the comments if the quality of this video, like the picture quality, is good. Because like I said, I'm using my Windows PC that I got from my mom, our business that shut down. And I'm using a Logitech webcam. And from what I can see right now, the camera is way, way smoother than my MacBook's FaceTime camera. It's not as like fuzzy and like pixelated and all that. So yeah, just let me know in the comments if the picture quality is good. If it is, and you guys prefer that I make videos on my PC from now on, I might consider doing that. Plus, I've got a good video editor on this thing now that I can use. It's not iMovie because that's an Apple-only thing, but I did find a good video editor that Windows had made, or that Microsoft had made, that I think will suffice for the time being on this Windows system. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.